Upon the vast Giza plateau, under the burning gaze of the Egyptian sun, a silent creature keeps watch over the desert. Immense, ancient, and weathered by time, the Great Sphinx has stared toward the eastern horizon for millennia. Its stone eyes have witnessed the rise and fall of empires, the birth of religions, and the ceaseless march of human history. It is the ultimate symbol of ancient mystery, a riddle carved from a single block of limestone, a wordless question whispered across the ages. We have studied it, measured it, and debated its purpose. We believe it to be a monument, a royal sculpture, a guardian for the great pyramids that stand behind it. But what if everything we know is merely scratching the surface? What if the truth is stranger, more astounding than anything we have ever imagined? What if the Great Sphinx is not a stone sculpture, but a deactivated, colossal, alien guardian robot? To explore this incredible idea, we must first stand on the ground of the known. Mainstream history tells us the Sphinx was likely built by the Pharaoh Khafre around 2500 BCE, during the same period as the Second Great Pyramid. Its face is widely believed to be a portrait of Khafre himself. Carved from a single outcrop of limestone, it is an astonishing feat of engineering, a testament to the ingenuity and power of the Old Kingdom pharaohs. But even within this accepted story, cracks of uncertainty appear. There is not a single inscription from Khafre's time that mentions its construction. Not one contemporary text that names it or explains its purpose. Its silence in the historical record is as resounding as its physical presence. Then there are the scientific enigmas. In the 1990s, geologist Robert Schoch put forth a seismic theory. He argued that the deep erosion patterns on the body of the Sphinx and its enclosure walls were not caused by desert wind and sand, but by thousands of years of heavy rainfall. This kind of weather pattern hasn't been present in Egypt since the end of the last ice age, around 10,000 to 5,000 BCE. This would make the Sphinx more than twice as old as Egyptologists believe, pushing it back into an era when history says no civilization capable of such a feat existed. This theory, while fiercely debated, opened a door to wild speculation. And then there are the whispers of hidden chambers. The psychic Edgar Cayce once prophesied a mythical hall of records, located beneath the paws of the Sphinx, containing the knowledge of the lost civilization of Atlantis. While ground-penetrating radar scans have revealed anomalies and voids beneath the structure, official investigations have remained inconclusive or classified. The truth of the Sphinx seems shrouded, buried under the sands of time and official denial. It is in this space between known fact and profound mystery that our hypothesis takes root. Let's imagine the Sphinx not as a statue, but as a piece of fantastically advanced biotechnology. Think of it as an ancient civilization smartphone, with technology so far beyond our comprehension, whose battery finally died, leaving it dormant for millennia, waiting for a recharge to reveal all its secrets. The outer shell we call limestone may not be stone at all, but a self-repairing, Nanite-Ceramic armor, designed to withstand the ravages of time and mimic its environment. The erosion we see may be just the slow degradation of this camouflage over the eons. Beneath that shell, a world of engineering marvels awaits. Picture a skeletal frame of an indestructible metallic alloy, a structure that could withstand the pressures of both gravity and weaponry. In its vast chest cavity, there is not solid rock, but a depleted power source. Perhaps it's a silent cold fusion reactor, or maybe something more exotic, a quantum core containing a miniature singularity, waiting for the right energy pulse to flare back to life. From this sleeping heart, networks of crystalline optical fibers would spread throughout the body, like a nervous system. These cables would connect to a suite of sophisticated sensors. Its massive and passive eyes are not empty sculptures but multi-spectrum optical lenses, capable of seeing in every wavelength, from gamma rays to radio waves. Its missing nose may not have been a casualty of vandalism, but the housing for a complex atmospheric sensor array that was damaged or removed. Its entire body could be laced with haptic and seismic emitters, allowing it to feel the slightest vibrations in the earth. What would be the purpose of such an incredible machine? Perhaps it is a guardian, a sentinel tasked with protecting something of unimaginable importance. Perhaps the fabled Hall of Records, which isn't a library of papyrus, but a crystal data archive containing the history of the galaxy, the secrets of matter, and the genetic code of life itself. Or maybe it protects something more tangible, a dormant stargate buried deep beneath the plateau, a doorway to other worlds. Another possibility is that it's a repository of knowledge, a gatekeeper to a cosmic library. Or perhaps it's an observatory, an astronomical device designed to track the movements of the stars, not for astrological reasons, but to monitor for an ancient threat, a long-forgotten enemy that might one day return. Now, let's allow our imagination to take one step further. Imagine the awakening scenario. After millennia of silence, something changes. Perhaps it's a cosmic event, a solar flare of a unique energy frequency, a gamma ray burst from a distant star, or a planetary alignment that hasn't occurred in a million years. This signal, like a wireless key, penetrates its shell and reactivates its power core. Deep inside the Guardian's chest, a faint light begins to flicker. A low-frequency hum, inaudible but felt, begins to emanate, vibrating the very ground of Giza. Dust begins to fall from its surface as internal plates recalibrate. Cracks appear all over its body, but they are not cracks of decay. A brilliant blue light shines from within. Then, with a slow, deliberate grinding that shakes the very foundations of history, it begins to move. Its head turns, its empty stone eyes blazing with intelligent light. The limestone casing fractures and falls away, revealing a sleek, seamless, obsidian black metallic shell underneath that seems to absorb the very light around it. How would it react to our world? What would it see through its sensors? A world teeming with 7 billion humans, sprawling cities blanketed in artificial light, skies crisscrossed by aircraft. It would perceive our radio signals, television broadcasts, and endless digital data streams as a deafening war of static. Fighter jets would be scrambled, warnings would be screamed in every language. But how do you fight something like this? Missiles would simply bounce harmlessly off an invisible force field, a shimmering bubble of energy surrounding its colossal form. It might be capable of flight, not by crude propulsion, but by manipulating gravity itself, levitating silently and menacingly above the ground. It could be capable of shape-shifting, altering its form to adapt to any threat. Its mouth might open, not to roar, but to emit a directed energy beam that could turn a tank into molten metal, or a sonic pulse that could shatter glass for miles. Or perhaps its weapons are more subtle, an electromagnetic pulse that could disable the entire power grid of a continent, or a digital virus that could infiltrate and control every computer network on the planet. Its artificial intelligence would be beyond anything we could create, capable of calculating billions of scenarios in a nanosecond. It wouldn't think like us. It would operate on an ancient directive, a mission programmed into its core millennia ago. Would that mission be to protect humanity, to guide us, or to judge us and find us wanting? If such an event were to happen, the impact on human civilization would be absolute and irreversible. It wouldn't just be rewriting our history books, it would be throwing them into the fire. The entire narrative of human origin, slow evolution, the rise of civilizations will be thrown into doubt. Were we the product of an alien intervention? Were the ancient Egyptian gods the very engineers who built and maintained this guardian? The pyramids might be revealed not as tombs, but as massive power plants, designed to energize the guardian and other devices. Science and religion would be thrown into an existential crisis. Our understanding of physics, biology, and our very place in the cosmos would be shattered. Humanity would be faced with a humbling and terrifying truth. We're not alone, and our history is not our own. The discovery could unite us in the face of an incomprehensible wonder and danger, or it could shatter us into fear and mistrust. In the end, as we return to our reality, The Sphinx remains stone. It sits in its solemn silence, its secrets locked away. But the idea, once planted, remains. This thought experiment of the Giza alien guardian serves as a powerful reminder of the intersection between science, history, and the boundless human imagination. It challenges us to look at the relics of the past not just as static monuments, but as dormant possibilities. It encourages us to ask bolder questions, to dig deeper, and to never lose our sense of wonder. The Sphinx may be just a stone sculpture damaged by time and man, or it may be more. It is a reminder that our world is still filled with unanswered mysteries, and that in the silence of our most ancient ruins, the answers may be more extraordinary than the questions themselves. The universe holds infinite possibilities, and maybe, just maybe, some of them have been watching over us all along, hiding in plain sight.